it's more of like interactive sessions about leadership and management. So I'll have different activities. I'll have some like prompt questions as we move along, and I would like your participation then. So let's have it as interactive as possible para mas okay yung learning. It won't be more of like super lecture kasi it would be parang boring if puro lecture. So may mga certain activities and perhaps some small games. So yeah, so just setting up your expectations for tonight. And yeah, before we proceed, I'd like to introduce myself then muna, just to set up the pace. Okay, let's start with my name. So my full name is Kyle Samtalosig. You can see it on my name here sa participants. Currently, I'm the managing director of a public relations company. I also have like operating as operations director sa isang um foundation for women. I've been as a design manager. Hindi na ako design manager before. This is just like before. I've been with like a design agency company, and then also a communication specialist and a college instructor. So yeah, just like a brief background of myself and where I came from. Okay. So without further ado, let's start with leadership concepts. And I would like to start with the question, ano ba yung good leadership for you? No. So I just want to know your thoughts and just put your answer in the chat. No, and then I'm gonna read some of your answers there. So just think of like could be like concepts, no? It could be like a story. Pero sagutin niyo lang yung what is good leadership to you. So I'm just gonna give you like maybe 2 minutes to think. It could also be a person if you want. So yeah, feel free to put your answers on chat. Okay, I saw one, no? If I'm able to produce leaders too, yeah, magandang sagot na yan. As we move along, yung mga sagot natin, makakategorize natin siya into different phases of leadership. Leaders are good followers as well. And the one who serves first. Ayan. Okay. Thank you. A good leader is a good communicator then. All right. Thank you, Claire. Good leadership is when your team follow you freely and mentor leaders as well. Good leader is someone who can inspire his colleague. And good leader always have members back. Members back. Giving feedback, good listener, role model, and know how to listen well. Being able to lead the team, achieve a certain goal, inspires, motivates. So nakikita ko naman yung trend ng mga sagot as I can see. Tama yung mga sagot, no? We have different perspective kasi of what a leader is. Pero medyo pasok naman yung mga sagot nating lahat, no? Parang iisa yung sinasabi, nag-inspire, good servant, no? So yan, empathic. Yan. See, as I can see here, may good relationship, listener, no? So mostly nagpo-fall sa category na ganun yung pagiging leader. And yeah, I acknowledge na yung mga sagot nyo ay correct, no? And as we move forward, mas mapag-aaralan pa natin kung ano pa ba yung mga facets of being a leader. Okay. So accomplish through leadership styles and techniques. Madadaanan din natin yung leadership styles and techniques. Okay. Okay, so as I move forward here, yung good leadership is multifaceted, meaning marami siyang iba't ibang facets, no? Um, hindi lang siya parang ang leader ay ito lang, no? Hindi natin siya pwedeng tingnan sa isang perspective. Meron siyang iba't ibang muka, no? So leadership is a process whereby an individual influences a group of individuals to achieve a common goal. So yun yung basic um meaning, no? Okay. So start tayo sa views of leadership. So, yung mga scholars, meron silang debate na merong two primary approaches to understanding leadership, no? So may dalawa daw views. Um, so ang una, yung dalawa ay tinatawag na trait leadership and process leadership. Ayan. So makikita natin dito sa ating slide kung ano yung pagkakaiba nila. Explain natin further. Yung trait leadership, mas ano siya, parang sinusunod siya or nakaka-influence siya based dun sa definition natin kanina. Nakaka-influence siya dahil sa kanyang trait or yung qualities niya. Usually, ito yung talino niya, no? Yung height, yung fluency. So, yung mga characteristics na yun yung nagiging trait niya as a leader, no? Yun yung quality niya as a leader. At kaya sila sumusunod dahil may certain qualities siya na ganito. So somehow parang ito yung mga charismatic leader. No, dahil tinitingala sila dahil sa mga qualities na meron sila. Which are examples nga ito yung height, intelligence, fluency, extraversion, and other traits. Yung isang leader naman ay tinatawag na process leadership. So meaning, yung interactions. Kanina may mga nagsabi about relationships. No? So ito yung mga yung leadership na bubuo siya based doon sa interactions nyo with your followers, with your members, and mas ano siya, mas organic. No? So nabubuo siya based doon sa interaction ninyo. Yan. So yun yung difference between trait and process leadership. Sige, bibigyan ko yun ng example, no? So yung trait leadership, sa context ng trait leadership, ito yung mga, for example, yung CEO who naturally, exudes confidence and charisma, di ba? Nabanggit natin kanina. Nag-inspire sa employee, tapos nagpo-foster ng certain organizational culture. Ayan. So yung example naman doon sa process leadership, usually yan yung mga manager na binanggit kanina doon sa mga chat na consistently na nagde-demonstrate ng effective communication, mga active listener, yan nag-a-adapt ng leadership styles based sa team dynamics, no? Tumutulong sa mga employees, yung may nagsagot pa kanina yung having their members back. So, yun yung tinatawag na process leadership. So sa trait and process leadership, meron ba kayong tanong? I think clear naman siya. Pero if may tanong, let me know before I proceed to the next. Thumbs up if okay. Merong thumbs up reaction. Yan. Thank you. Ayan. Thank you. All right. Sige. So sa mga few slides, medyo bibigyan kayo ng medyo lecture-ish, no? Pero as we move forward, magkakaroon tayo ng mga activities. Okay. Pag-usapan din natin yung leadership and power. Sinasabi nila na connected yung leadership saka yung power, no? Ano ba yung power? So yung power yung usually na ginagamit para makapag-influence ng tao, no? So yun yung capacity mo or yung potential mo to influence someone. Yeah. Usually yung power ginagamit siya um to affect yung others people's belief, no, yung attitude, yung galaw ng yung action, yung course of action ng mga tao. Yan. So, isa-isahin natin yung mga bases of power. Start tayo sa referent power. So, yung referent power, yan, based on followers' identification and liking for the leader. So a teacher who is adored by students has referent power. So yung referent power ay yun yung base sa pagtingin mo sa mga tao. So ano yung reference mo, no? Base yan sa liking mo, kung ano yung gusto mo dun sa tao na yon. So yun yung certain power niya. Referent, no? Yun nga isang example, 'di ba? Yung teacher na gusto ng mga estudyante ay may referent power. Kasi pwedeng ano siya, pwedeng charming siya, pwedeng maganda siya, no? Or pwedeng mabait siya sa mga estudyante niya. Yun yung tinatawag na referent power. Next ay expert power. So yung expert power ay based doon sa perception mo, no? Doon sa competence ng tao. Meaning competence, parang magaling ba siya? No, expert ba siya dun sa field na yon? So for example, here yung tour guide who is knowledgeable about foreign country has expert power. Kasi alam mo na alam niya na yung mga lugar na yon kasi nga tour guide siya, 'di ba? So expert siya sa pag-explain ng mga bagay na yan. So you believe them, no? So naapektuhan yung belief mo, 'di ba? Na-influence ka niya. So yun yung expert power. Ano pa yung mga example? Teacher could also have expert power. Alam natin na expert sila dun sa certain field na yon. Like for example, an English teacher is expert sa English subject. So, meron silang expert power. So everything that they say about English, no, maniniwala tayo, 'di ba? Kasi nga expert sila. Next ay legitimate power. Yung legitimate power is more of associated sa status or formal job authority. Meaning ito yung mga parang merong talagang badge, no, na may formal status doon sa kanilang position, no. Example dito yung judge who administers sentences in the courtroom exhibits legitimate power. So syempre pag sinabi ng judge, alam natin na tama siya. Or not really tama, pero yun talaga yung decision. No? So meron siyang legitimate power to say kung ano yung dapat gawin. Ano pa yung mga examples ng legitimate power na usually formal yung authority, yung mga police, no? Doctors also have legitimate power, no? Kasi alam natin na licensed sila to do things and they are legitimate. Mga engineers, yan. So those are legitimate powers. Next ay reward power, no? So derived from having the capacity to provide rewards to others, yung supervisor who compliments employees exhibits legitimate power. So yung mga usual bibigay ng rewards, no? So reward system. Kasi kapag yung mga tao ay halimbawa pinupuri mo siya, yan, it gives certain influence eh. O kaya binigyan mo siya ng raise, no? Reward 'yun eh. Halimbawa, boss ka, binigyan mo ng raise ah yung iyong subordinate, for example, matutuwa siya and mm, may certain power na binibigay pag binibigyan mo yung tao ng reward. Na sa pwede mas magiging masipag siya, 'di ba? Mas magiging motivated siya to work. So, yun yung tinatawag na reward power. Ang coercive power naman ay kabaliktaran ng reward power, which is pag coercive, mas forced, no? Pag pinapunish mo. So halimbawa, yan, a coach who sits players on the bench for being late to practice is using coercive power. Di ba? Pag binabangko mo um, yung mga players mo dahil late sila, yan. Or for example, pwedeng bibigyan mo sila ng yung mga usual na coercive ways, yung halimbawa before, 'di ba, parang yung mga estudyante pinapalabas yung mga estudyante kapag hindi nakasagot sa recitation. Yan, mga coercive power yan. Or pag sinagot mo yung leader mo, um, pwedeng bigyan ka ng certain, alam mo yun, sanction, no? Or disciplinary action because of your behavior. Yan sa mga coercive power, yung mga nagpipenalize, nagpa-punish. Usually, hindi ito yung okay na power dahil it gives fear, no? Pero mas pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya. And yung last na referent power ay information. Kung sino yung mas may alam, no? So derived from possessing knowledge that others want or need. So yan, a boss who has information regarding new criteria to decide employee promotion regarding new criteria to decide employee promotion eligibility. So usually yung mga okay, alam niya kung paano tayo ma-promote, no? So yan yung mga information power. Siya yung may alam, no? So di ba lang sinasabi nila na information is power? So yun yung manifestation nun. So review lang ulit, no? So meron tayong iba't ibang bases of power. Ang una ay referent power, which is yung liking mo dun sa tao na yon, expert power, meron tayong legitimate power, reward, coercive, and this one is information power. Okay, so far okay ba? May tanong ba tayo? If may tayong tanong, thumbs up. If thumbs up, if may tanong, pwede niyo ilagay sa chat. Yan. Pag nakita na ako ng thumbs up, magpo-proceed na ako sa next. Okay, cool. So nakita na ako ng thumbs up. Thank you. Alright. So, proceed tayo sa leadership and coercion. So, meron na lang akong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slides before we move to our first activity of the night. Okay, so pag-usapan natin yung leadership and coercion. Kanina nabanggit natin na yung coercion ay usually, yan yung power na ginagamit ng tao para ma-influence yung kanilang behavior, yung kanilang belief, and yung kanilang attitude, no? So, yung coercion is one of the models then of leadership. But, as I can see, meron dito ng chat, no? If policeman is a good example of legitimate power, would you consider policemen as coercive power as well? Okay, thank you for that question. No? Pero sagutin ko na yan ngayon. It depends doon sa ginawa ng police, no? Legitimate power ng police dahil may status sila, meron silang certain badge na alam mo pag may nakita kang police, legit 'yon na okay, may certain authority siya. Meron siyang certain na kayang gawin, no? Pwede kanyang hulihin, halimbawa kung meron kang nagawang masama, 'di ba? O kaya kapag meron kang nararamdaman na unsafe ka, pwede ka rin pumunta sa police at humingi ng tulong sa kanila dahil meron silang legitimate power na kaya kanilang tulungan dahil authority sila. So yon, tama, example siya ng legitimate power. At ang tanong din kung coercive power ba ang police? Yes, if gumamit siya ng coercion. No, halimbawa, kapag ginamit niya yung legitimacy niya as a police na harasin yung mga tao. So halimbawa, bigla na lang, paano ba yung harasin? Halimbawa, bigla na lang siyang hinuli ng walang dahilan. No, so coercive 'yon. Dahil pinunish mo siya ng um pinunish mo siya ng wala namang dahilan, no? Yeah, so power trip. Yan. Kaya nga tinatawag siya ng power trip kasi power nga yung coercion eh. So, pinapunish mo siya with your legitimacy. Kasi alam mo na authority ka. Ayan. So, pwede siya maging coercive power pag gano'n. Okay? Kasi yung coercion yan, kung coercive power, isang specific kind siya ng power na available sa leaders eh, na pwede nilang gawin, no? So, usually gumagamit sila ng force, no? At usually, pag sinabing coerce, yung influence na yon ay something na against doon sa will ng tao. Or may include manipulating penalties, di ba? Katulad nga, minamanipulate yung penalty na wala naman siyang ginawang masama pero sinasabi mo na may ginawa siyang masama dahil alam mo ang meron kang authority to say it, di ba? Yan. Pwede ring power trip ng mga managers, ganyan, coercion. So, halimbawa, Okay, kapag hindi ka nag-OT sa ganitong day, ire-report kita. Kasi, yun nga, di ba? Ibabadmouth kita dun sa higher ups. So, coercion din yun kasi against nga sa will ng tao na mag-OT, for example, di ba? Pero dahil gusto mo siyang i-punish dun sa behavior niya na yun, coercion yun. So, ganun yung coercion. Coercion kapag against sa will ng tao or may pagmamanipulate ng penalties. Ayan. Ah, ano pa ba example sa mga coercion? Yan, mga gumagamit ng threat, yan, usually punishment or negative reward. Yan ang tinatawag na coercion. So, tawag nga dyan sa coercion ay dark side ng leadership. Kaya, yan, sa makita natin sa slide na yan, na yung coercive people are not used as models of ideal leadership. Pero power pa rin sila. No? So, nag-exist sila. Mahalaga na maging aware tayo doon na coercive power is there kasi it influences people. Minsan wala talagang choice yung tao na sumunod kasi nga kino-coerce sila. Okay? Kaya pag-uusapan natin yung leadership and morality. Naniniwala ba kayo na ano yan, na dapat connected sila? Yung morality meaning parang always doing the right thing and leadership. So, yes or no sa chat. If yes, yes, no. No, yes. Okay. Usually kasi yung leadership, pag sinabing leadership, may pagtingin na, ito, so share ko na yung next slide. Yung pagtingin na, the end justifies the mean. I'm not sure if you've heard it before. It's the Machiavellian thing, di ba? Yan. So, yan, nababasa ko dito, yes, yung mga sagot natin. Yes na yes, it's part of integrity. So, the end justifies the mean. Merong ganyang way of leadership eh. Nagagawin natin lahat ng pwede nating gawin basta lang ma-achieve natin yung certain goal. Yung leading kasi, yung leadership, di ba? Para yung ikaw yung leader and then you have your members and pupunta kayo doon sa certain goal. Ayan. At doon sa pagpunta mo doon sa goal na yon, may perspective of the end justifies the means. Meaning, gagawin mo lahat kahit makaapekto ka ng tao or kung ano mang maapektuhan, no? Not necessarily tao, basta ma-achieve natin yung certain goal na yon. Kaya yun, the end justifies the mean. Yeah, no matter what it takes. Tama. So, yun yung tinatawag na um, yung leadership na hindi tumitingin sa morality. So meron dalawa. Yan. So yung leadership daw ay neutral and then may leadership is moral. No, nabanggit natin kanina na yung leadership and morality pala ay magkasama, no? Pero mag-start mo tayo sa neutral. So yung neutral, pag sinabing neutral, yung moral values mo ay hindi kailangan mag-play ng role sa decision making mo. Instead, leaders should concentrate on using power to achieve their goals. So kahit anong power yan, kahit gumamit ka ng coercive power, kahit gumamit ka ng legitimate power, as long as ma-achieve mo yung certain goal, yun yung tinatawag na yung neutral leadership. Pag sinabi naman ng moral leadership, yan, yung leadership cannot be divorced from value. So meaning, nag-go hand in hand yung leadership saka yung values mo as a person. So it is a moral phenomenon and it's a moral component. So, two sides of leadership yan, neutral and moral. Okay, para mas maintindihan natin yung konteksto ng neutral and moral leadership, meron ako ipapabasang case study sa inyo. So, yan. So, ito yung case study. Teka, check natin kung gumagana yan. For sure, gumagana yan. I'll just try. Oops. Hold on. Ayan. So gumagana siya. Tinry ko just now. So ito yung link niya. So you can see it. Okay, so bibigyan ko kayo ng 5 minutes to read through it. Ayan. Or five to 7 minutes to read through it. And then pag-usapan natin. So bigyan ko kayo ng moment. Okay, magtatanungan tayo at exactly 6:35. Ayan. All right. So I think enough na yung time to read through it, no? So itong case na shinare ko sa inyo, true to life yan Nangyari talaga siya. So I hope naintindihan natin yung case. So ito yung mga certain tanong ko. Yan. Doon sa cases, yan. Sino yung mga leaders doon sa situation? Sino yung pwede nating ma-identify as leaders? No? Wag naman natin sagutin yung how would you describe their actions as leaders? Pero merong mga manifestation of leadership dyan sa situation na yan Actually, naging crisis nga siya, di ba? Okay, si Mitchell, yeah, yeah. Si Mitchell yung head coach, no? Si Coach Berger is also a leader. Ayan. Pwede natin siyang uh, sabihin, leader din siya, definitely. Okay, so sino pa? Nakita ko dito si Hitler, si Kennedy, si Columbus. Okay, meron pa dito kanina sa beef na nalagpasan ko. Si Philomena. Okay. Okay, so yun yung yung university president. Leader din siya, definitely. Yung owners of the team. Mhm. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so bakit natin na-identify si Coach Berger as um sige, start tayo kay Mitchell kasi siya yung unang nabanggit. Bakit siya na-identify as leader? Pwede kayong mag-speak if you want. Pwede yung ilagay sa chat yung sagot nyo. So, halimbawa si Mark, sabi niya si Coach Mitchell daw. If you wish to speak, you can speak. Um, if you wish to just put your answer on chat, it's fine. Kung saan ka mas comfy. So bakit natin siya na-identify as si Coach Mitchell as a leader? Okay, so may action silang ginawa, no? Um, okay, so magkaiba si Coach Mitchell sa si Berger. Yeah. Si Berger siya yung nagsabi na siya yung may remark. No? Offensive coordinator siya, pero coach din siya. Um, so, ayan. So, siya yung nagsabi na si Hitler ay a great leader. Alright. So si Mitchell, yung head coach, siya yung head coach ng Lakers, ng football team, no? GVSU. Okay? And definitely leader kasi siya kasi head coach, first head coach siya, and meron siya mga ginawang actions toward doon sa nangyaring case no, kay Coach Berger. May mga statement siya. Si Coach Berger dito, he owned up his mistake. Yan, leader siya kasi he owned up his mistake and doesn't want to be a hindrance to the development of the team and the students. Okay? So si Berger, tama, no? Meron siyang, yung tinatawag na sa leadership ay accountability. So meron siya accountability, alam niya na nagkabali siya, and he owned up his mistake, and then nag-take action siya doon sa ginawa niya. Una, meron siyang authority So, first, may power siya of legitimacy dahil coach nga siya, nasa taas siya. Someone is looking up to him. So, yun pa lang, meron na siyang certain power at makikita natin na leader na siya doon pa lang sa situation na yun. And then, leader din siya doon sa kanyang pag-own sa mistakes and doon nga sa kanyang pag-resign, no? Sa action niya ng pag-resign. Nakita ko din dito si Berger kasi may leadership humility. In-acknowledge niya yung mistake niya. Taking responsibility. Ayan, si Mitchell nag-provide siya ng statement being responsible of the issue but then also consider the situation of Berger. Now, so nakita ni Mitchell yung parang two sides of the story. Nalungkot siya para kay Mitchell Pero naintindihan niya din yung situation, bakit ganun yung ginawang action, no? Maganda na nabanggit din dito na si yung Philomena Mantella, which is the university president, is a leader, no? Leader siya kasi not only sila yung president ng university, pero nag-take sila ng action dahil nangyari nga itong certain crisis na to. Bakit ba to crisis? Sa umpisa pa lang. Kasi yung GVSU, it's a Jewish campus, which is sila yung mostly affected nung panahon ni Hitler na nagkaroon ng Holocaust. Holocaust yung um, maraming namatay ng mga tao na pinatay yung mga tao, bata, matanda. So, yung remark of saying that Hitler is a great leader dahil hindi naman doon sa intention niya, no, na alam mo yon, magaling kasi siya dahil napasunod niya yung mga tao eh. Kaya siya sinabing great leader, not because daw doon sa ginawa niyang pagpatay or mga killings. Pero yun nga, yun yung point kasi ni Berger, no, na magaling magaling na leader si Hitler kasi nagawa niya yun, 'di ba? Pero may context, 'di ba? Kasi nga yun nga Jewish or campus organization siya. Tapos hindi maganda na nag-glorify yung ganun klasing leadership, kaya siya nawala doon sa university na yun. And up ni Coach Berger yung mistake niya. Okay, so yun. So yun yung um, case na yan. So yeah, thank you for sharing your thoughts. So punta tayo sa next na tanong. So sa tingin niyo ba, yung pagsasabi ni Coach Berger or pagsasite niya na si Hitler ay great leader, mali ba yun? Is it wrong or is it okay-ish? Yeah, put your answers on chat. Kung sa tingin yung mali ba si Berger or hindi naman siya mali or what? Okay, so sabi dito wrong, it was said at the wrong place and the wrong time. Okay? Thank you, Erica, for sharing your thoughts. Wait ko yung iba ng pagsasabi nila ng thoughts nila. Walang right or wrong answer dito, no? Pero sasabihin ko yung thoughts ko about it. Um, Generally not wrong, no? If you can expound on it, bakit not wrong generally? No, as it will depend on the perspective of the person. I respect Berger's opinions. After all, iba-iba naman ang preference sa mga tao. No, as he was referring to Hitler's capacity and ability to lead. As a leader, you have two sides of the story. It is a fact Hitler is a good leader. Okay, but what was said in the wrong place in the wrong time. But there is a moral challenge that took part. Okay. Sige. Yeah, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Kung pag-aaralan natin yung leadership kanina, 'di ba? Parang may view daw ng trait, ay, no, not that trait. May view ng neutral at may view ng moral. Kung ang perspective natin ay more on the moral side, no, na dapat hindi na de-divorce yung leadership and moral, no? Hindi, yan, mali si Berger doon. Hindi siya great leader. Kasi nga, magkasama yung morality and leadership. No? Pero kung ang perspective natin ay yung Machiavelli, yung parang end justifies the means, 'di ba? Na okay lang basta magawa natin yung goal natin as a leader. At ang galing naman, I mean, magaling yung ginawa ni Hitler na napasunod niya yung mga tao. Kung titingnan natin sa perspective na walang morality, okay? So, tama, na great leader siya if ang perspective natin ay ganun, no? So it's about neutrality and morality. So, pero dahil yung konteksto kanina, nasa university siya, people are looking up to him, no? Meron siyang accountability in a certain community, which is yung Jewish community, na mostly affected ng Holocaust. So, in that situation, if you view it is if you view it as moral, may moral compass, it's not really like appropriate to say it. Yan. So kaya nga na-realize niya na mali siya at nag-resign siya. Pero yun nga, meron siyang sariling opinion niya yon na great leader naman siya, 'di ba? Ayan. So, dahil yun nga, pag titingnan natin siya yung titingnan lang natin siya ng walang moral compass, great leader talaga siya. Gets ko naman yung gustong sabihin ni Berger, hindi lang siya on the right context at ibang perspective yung ine-embody ng university. Because the university believes that leadership and morality ay magkasama. Okay. So, anong reaction niyo pala nung si Coach Berger ay nag-resign? So, habang nag-iisip kayo, babasahin ko yung mga sagot niyo dito. So, insensitive si Berger. Okay. Morally speaking, no. Okay. Nabanggit natin yan. It is expected to result on the wrong way from his situation. Yan. A great leader has empathy and humility, aside from the other factors usually considered, which Hitler clearly does not have. Okay. Alright, thank you for sharing yan. So, ano kayong reaction nyo nung nag-resign si Coach Berger? Tama kaya yon? Or okay lang ba yon? Yeah. So, wise decision of Berger. Okay. May mga students ako before that they said that ano daw, sinet up daw yon, talagang tinanggal si Berger kasi hindi acceptable yung ginawa niya. Yan. Good thing that he cited his mistake immediately. Good decision to resign. Ayan. Okay. Right decision. Sige. Okay. Okay. So meron ding move yung university dito. Nabanggit natin na they are also leaders. Diba? What does the university's response suggest regarding how the university views leadership? Ako nasasagot niyan kasi nasagot na natin yan kanina. Yun nga, ang view ng university ay ang leadership hindi pwedeng i-divorce ang morality at ang leadership. So yun yung view nila. Mm, okay. So as the last question, no, if you were the president of the university, if ever man kayo ay merong institution, no, na kinabibilangan or kayo yung president ng organization na yon. Yan. At tinanong kayo kung paano i-define yung leadership. Paano nyo siya i-define? So, bibigyan ko kayo ng moment to think about it. Tapos, ilalagay natin siya sa chat. Or pwede nyo isulat sa notebook ninyo. Tapos, pagdating natin sa dulo, no, balikan natin yung view natin as leadership. Kasi kanina, tinanong ko na rin kayo di ba? Ano ba yung good leadership sa inyo? Titingnan natin kung nagmamanifest ba yung view natin sa leadership mula simula, sa middle, tas up until the end. So yan, pag tinanong kayo, syempre nagdagan na ng kaunti yung kanyang views about leadership. How would you define leadership? So bigyan kayo ng moment to think. Yan, pwede nyo isulat lang sa notebook nyo. Pwede nyo i-share sa chat. Yan, babasahin natin siya. So bibigyan kayo ng maybe 3 minutes to think of it. Ayan. And then we move forward. Sige, babasahin ko yung mga nandito. Leadership should not be divorced with morality. Okay, good. Leadership would be the ability to nurture and develop future leaders, the one who leads and marches with, and to a common goal, nurturing, yeah, regardless of work culture. Yeah. Okay. So I hope na bigyan ko kayo ng ibang way of thinking of what leadership is. Kasi mamaya ngayon medyo theoretical tayo, conceptual. Mamaya mas technical, no? So mas technical meaning gagamit talaga tayo ng mga framework sa pagdating sa leadership. No, ano ba yung ginagawa talaga sa mga totoong cases ng buhay or pwedeng sa organization. Mag-share ako ng dalawang model lang for now. Maraming mga different models but I'll share the most prominent one. Okay. So feeling ko unfair, sobrang tagal niya pinagtrabuhan yung position. Tapos one mistake ends all. Kahit opinion lang naman yon na misinterpret yung gusto niyang point. Okay, so meron din, ito yung tanong kanina, di ba? Nung kung ano yung reaction natin kay Coach Berger na pag-resign. And yeah, somehow it's uh gusto niya talaga maging Lakers, di ba? At pinagtrabahuan niya talaga yung position na yon. He's been dreaming of it. Pero nagkamali nga siya. And ang naging desisyon ay I think, no, pwedeng 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 na-coerce siya ng university na mag-resign. I'm not saying na yun talaga yung ginawa ng university, pero in a way, di ba? Parang na-coerce siya to resign kasi nga mali yung ginawa mo. So, mas maganda mag-resign ka na lang kesa para for damage control. So, yun. Okay lang yun as a different perspective. Um, yeah, leadership is unleashing the potential, no? To become the best version of themselves. Is the art of inspiring and empowering others. Ayan, okay yan. Environment of trust, collaboration, and innovation. People makes mistake. Totoo naman, di ba? People make mistakes talaga. Yeah. At may mga consequences doon sa mga mistakes na ginawa natin. Unfortunately for Berger, because of his remark of not really his intention to say that um, Hitler is a great leader, no? It was said in a wrong place and wrong time. Okay, so my personal actions and interpersonal relationship, that is like good leadership. All right. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Um, okay, so I think we can proceed. And the Holocaust was really terrible talaga, like millions of people, even children, namatay, no? And it's very inhumane for sure. Mas maiintindihan nyo pag naging mas empathic kayo doon sa situation ng mga Jewish people. So, yan. So, yun yung, ano dyan. So, I'll proceed to the next slide, which is, yung leadership is a moral process. Yan. Pag-usapan natin siya kasi napag-usapan naman na natin based doon sa case study. Pero mas mag-dig deeper tayo into it. I'll move to this slide. Okay, so pag sinabi nating leadership, na hindi nga siya pwedeng mag-divorce sa morality. So leadership is about raising the motivations and moral levels of followers. So meaning it's not just about, you know, utusan mo siya, gawin mo to para ma-achieve to. Hindi lang siya dapat ganoon. Kanina may mga nagbanggit about nurturing. So ito yon, no? Raising the motivations and raising the moral levels of the followers. So pag sinabi nating nurturing, ito yung mukha nun. May moral compass. Ayan. So mayroong dalawang example yung uh, leadership na to. Ayan. So, i-share ko yung dalawang pinakasikat. Malamang narinig niyo na to. So meron dalawa, authentic leadership and servant leadership. So pag sinabing authentic leadership, yan, leaders do what is right and good for their followers and society. Yan. So kung ano yung mas makakabuti. Okay? Pag sinabing servant, no, makes altruism the central component of the leadership process and frames leadership around the principle of caring others. Okay. So pag sinabing authentic, mas ano siya eh. Um, mas kung ano yung greater common good, no? So they understand their own values, 'di ba? Ni- Can authentic and servant leadership be the same time? Yes, pwede. No, hindi naman sila mutually exclusive. So they place, alas nagmamatch nga sila eh. Kasi yung authentic, they also place followers' needs above their own, which is yun din ginagawa ng servant leadership. And work with followers to align their interests to create a greater common good. Ano ba pag nagkaiba mostly ng authentic and servant leadership? Mas i-share ko yan sa inyo doon sa mga examples ay ibibigay ko. Pero sige, start tayo sa authentic. No? Ayan. Dito tayo sa authentic leadership. Siya yung former CEO of Starbucks. Yan. Si Howard Schultz, isa siya sa mga example of authentic leadership. Ang ginawa niya, he demonstrated authenticity by staying true to his values and beliefs. No? So, noong 2008, nagkaroon ng economic recession. No? Si Schultz, um, ang ginawa niya, dahil nga recession, naghihirap yung bansa, no? Pero yung values ng company, yung Starbucks, mas ano siya eh, ini-involve niya yung mga tao, mas employee, ano siya, centered, no? So, ang ginawa niya, sinara niya yung Starbucks stores, tapos niretrain niya yung barista, yung mga barista niya, tapos nagre-focus sila on customer experience, no? So, meron siyang authentic concern both sa employees at customer. Okay? Kaya siya greater good, no? Common greater good. Good for customers, good for the employees, good din for him, no? So, yan, this decision was driven by his authentic concern for both the employees and the customers as I've mentioned. Yan. So, yung ability niya to connect with people at a personal level, sinishare niya yung vision niya openly, meron siyang transparency, yan. During the challenging times, yun yung authenticity niya as a leader. Involvement, no, transparency, creating a greater common good. Okay? Um, Proceed ako dito sa next, yung kay servant leadership. Ang ang pinaka-okay na manifestation niyan ay servant. No? So si Mahatma Gandhi ay isang historical figure who exemplifies servant leadership. No? So yung leadership style niya ay more on serving others, no? Promoting well-being of the community. If nabasa niyo yung history or napanood niyo yung palabas niya na Gandhi, ayan. So ang ginagawa niya ay pinaglalaban niya yung independence ng India. No? Pero ginawa niya yun in non-violent means by putting the needs of the people first. So usually ang ginawa niya nun ay nag-fasting siya, no? Hindi siya kumain up until um ano mo yun, bigyan sila ng independence, no? So yung focus niya was on empowering others, leading by example, 'di ba? Ayaw niya kasi ng violence eh. Yun yung parang pinipigil niya na gawin, no? So yung commitment niya to serving others, humility, most emphasis on the greater good, making him a classic example of a servant leadership. So meron ba kayong questions between authenticity and servant leadership? Kanina yung tanong ay kung pwede ba silang maging at the same time, pwede. So, yun. So yun yung examples of leadership and morality. Okay. So, thumbs up if walang questions. So, we can proceed to the next few slides before our break. So, magkakaroon tayo ng break. Thumbs up if okay. All right. Yeah. Sige. Okay. Next is leadership and management. Pag-usapan natin yung leader. Ano ba pagkakaiba ng leadership and management? Usually napag-aan na sila eh. Napag-compare. Kasi nga, usually yung mga managers, leaders, di ba? Pero meron silang pagkakaiba. Ano ba ang kanilang pagkakaiba? Pero simulan muna natin sa pagkakaparehas, no? Parehas yung leadership, yung leading and managing ay nakafocus sa goals, no? Influencing and working with people. So, leaders, managers, parehas yan. Parehas nilang ginagawa. Um, ano ang pagkakaiba naman nila? So, yung managers, usually, managers are people who do things right. And leaders are people who do the right thing. No? So, parang medyo, ano siya, no? Medyo um, matalinghaga. Pero ganun siya talaga. So, yung managers, mas technical sila. Ayan. Yung leaders, mas visionary. Ayan. Pwede rin natin sabihin yan, not all managers are leaders. No? Pero pwedeng maging leader yung manager. So, bibigyan ko kayo ng mga certain examples ng pagkakaiba ng management and leadership. Kasi pag sinabi nating management, yan, usually ang ginagawa nila ay, produce order and consistency. Pag leadership naman, produces change and movement. So, meron dito nag-share. Inspiring yung leadership, ayan, yung management ay organizing, overseeing tasks. Okay? So, good. Thank you. So, halimbawa sa managing, nag-establish sila ng agenda, nag-set sila ng timetables, nag-allocate sila ng resources. Yan yung managing, no? Pagdating sa planning and budgeting. Yung leadership naman, mas visionary sila. Um, nagka-clarify ng big picture, nagsiset ng strategy. So, leadership, strategic, management, execution. So, sila yung nag-execute. Sila yung nagbe-make sure na yung vision ay mangyayari ng leaders. No? Management is transactional, tama. While leadership is transformational, to name a few. Tama. Thank you. Okay, ano pa? Management provides structure, no? Halimbawa, pagdating sa organizing and staffing, they make job placement, sila yung gagawa na possible ng job description. Sila yung gumagawa ng rules and procedures sa mga workflow, sa mga work, di ba? Halimbawa, may work, meron kayong gagawin para mas maayos yung workflow, gagawin niya ng managers. O ito yung mga procedures na gagawin, ito yung mga rules. Yung leadership, hindi siya mas ganon. Hindi siya mas um, focused sa ganong work. Yan. So, merong leadership yan. Communicate goals, yan. Seek commitment, build team and coalitions. May nagsabi dito, there are also transactional leaders. Merong merong approach na ganyan, pero iba pa din yung pag sinabi niya kasing alam ko pagka ibig sabihin niya dito ng transactional is more of parang day-to-day operations, no? Parang gawin mo 'yan, basta magawa mo 'yan, okay na. Management 'yon, hindi 'yon leading 'yan. Hindi siya leading. Okay? Yun yung ibig sabihin kanina na transactional. Pero kapag ganun yung transactional, hindi mo natin siya pwedeng tawaging leading. Okay? Pero merong approach na ganyan, yung transactional leaders, pero it goes beyond that. It goes beyond like day-to-day operations. So gawin mo lang to, okay na. Pwede natin siya pag-usapan later. So, yun nga. So yung leadership dito naman, they communicate goals, they seek commitment, they seek buy-in. No? Kailangan yung mga members ay sumusunod, ang mga members ay motivated to do work, they build teams, no? They build coalitions. So yan yung leading. They align people. If if the manager is organizing and staffing, yung leaders ay nag-align, no? Sa tingin niya, feeling niya itong worker na to ay mas fit sa ganitong department. So dadalhin niya yan doon. Okay, and then this is the last slide for management and leadership, no? Examples. Yan, develop incentives, they create solutions. Usually managers sila yung mga ano yung mga problem solvers kasi sila yung mas specific, no? Mas technical. They take corrective action. Ayan. Si leadership naman, inspiring, energizing, di ba? Parang sila yung nagbi-build ng fuel, no? Empower followers, satisfy unmet needs. So, yun yung pang isang magandang nabanggit, yung satisfying unmet needs. Sa isang organization, syempre may malalaman natin na may mga needs pala yung mga employees or yung mga members. So, yung leadership, yung mga leaders, sila yung nagsasatisfy ng mga unmet needs na yun. Motivating, inspiring. Yeah, so management is controlling and problem solving. Okay? Sige, magkaroon tayo ng quick game. Yung answers, ilalagay natin na lang sa chat. Okay? Um, so madali lang yung game. Ang game ay magsasab can you be both? Yeah, you can be both, no? Usually mas maganda nga yan eh. Manager ka na, leader ka ba? And usually in um in real world, ganun yung expectations. Pag manager ka, dapat leader ka. Pero it's a different work eh, di ba? Kung isipin mo, ang hirap kayang maging sobrang specific sa workflows, which is yung ginagawa ng manager, which is yung nga, yung control. And then you also lead, which is nag-empower. Kaya may mga, di ba, may mga ibang departments for employee management, 'di ba? For human resources. Kasi hindi siya mahirap siyang gawin. Kaya, pero mahirap siyang gawin, no? It's a ibang work talaga yung managing eh. Pero you can be both, no? Okay yan, mas maganda pag manager ka na, leader ka pa. Kasi 'di ba when you share the day-to-day operations, um mino-motivate mo pa sila to do work. How can you be both? Sige, bigyan ko ng isang specific thing. Usually kasi, ginagawa ko sa project management, um, meron akong mga list of design, nung design manager ako. Very transactional lang talaga siya kasi utusan ko sila na gawin tong certain project na to. Meron kaming client, gusto nilang gumawa ng ganitong material, sabihin natin creative material siya. Sabihin natin ano siya, poster. No, yung client gustong gumawa ng poster, as a manager ang gagawin ko, yung task na yon sasabihin ko sa designer, gawin mo to. Ang deadline nito ay sa ganitong araw, after 2 days, kailangan makuha ko na yung yung product na yan or yung material, yung poster. Okay? So as a manager, ganun yung gagawin ko. Pero kung gusto ko din mag-lead, no? Kung gusto ko din mag-lead, ang pwede kong gawin ay empower sila by halimbawa, okay, gagawin ko, ibibigay ko to sa iyo, tapos sasabihin ko sa kanya, if gusto mo ng help, sabihin mo sa akin, bibigyan kita ng mga resources. O kaya ang gagawin ko na bago ko ibigay sa kanya, pwede ko siyang pinag-research ko na siya, for example, or pwede kaming magpunta sa call, magko-collaborate kami, tatanungin ko siya kung ano kaya yung mga possible na pwedeng maitulong ng company sa'yo para mas okay yung gawa mo. Ayan, so another way of leading yan. You try to empower them, you try to motivate them. Also, pag may leadership decision ka, dahil leading ka nga, nagli-lead, halimbawa ako yung may-ari ng company, dahil leader ako, I lead it. Pwedeng sabihin ko, if natuwa yung client sa'yo, bibigyan kita ng reward as, like, bibigyan kita ng bonus. Ayan. So that's also, you're also trying to lead. If that makes sense, nag-make sense ba siya? So, yung pag managing, mas transactional nga siya. Pag leading, may add-on, no? Na you care also about your employees. You care also about your members. So managers follow company rules and regulation, but at the same time challenges the status quo. Pwede rin yan being a leader. No, you follow rules and regulation, pero dahil na-experience mo nga na parang hindi naman maganda yung ganitong klaseng workflow, baka pwede nating baguhin. So i-raise mo ngayon yan sa mas higher ups, no? And that's leading. Tama. Thank you for sharing that. Leaders should also know how to defend its agents. Yan. From management decisions that's not gonna bring benefit to accomplish the goal. Okay, so yung example ng transactional leadership. Okay, I get what you're saying. Leadership more on people, management more on process. Okay, good. Nice. So sige, proceed tayo sa quick game. So lead or manage ba to? To blank means to accomplish activities and master routines, whereas to blank means to influence and create visions for change. Manage. Okay. To manage means accomplish activities, whereas to lead means to influence. Okay, very good. Nice. Now next, blank is a multi-directional influence relationship, and blank is a unidirectional authority relationship. Ano siya? Leadership, no? Leadership multidirectional. Sabihin, marami. Yan. And management is most likely unidirectional. Very good. Nice. Galing. Next is, blank is concerned with the process of developing mutual purposes, and blank is directed toward coordinating activities to get a job done. Okay, so medyo iba-iba. May management, may leading. So ano kaya talaga to? Blank is the concern with the purposes of developing mutual purposes. Leadership, yan. And then management is directed toward coordinating activities. So leadership to, kasi mas on process siya eh. Di ba? Nabanggit kanina. Ito nga, coordinating lang eh. Kino-coordinate nila yung activities to get a job done. So that's management. Okay? Okay, last. Last is, blank and followers work together to create real change, whereas the subordinates join forces to sell goods and services. Okay? Leaders and managers. Tama. Leaders and followers work together to create real change. And whereas managers and subordinates join forces to sell goods and services. Okay. All right. Ayos. All right. Yan. So yan yung last part, no? Bago tayo mag-break. So, sa break natin, bibigyan ko kayo ng activity. So, magkasama yan, activity plus break. So, ibibigay ko sa inyo to. Meron tayong leadership questionnaire. Yan, on how you view leadership. So, ginagamit to ng Sage. I-share ko sa inyo kung nasan siya. Just give me a moment. Tut, 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 tut. Just bear with me. Mm, ito siya. Um, send ko sa inyo yung questionnaire here. Yeah, share. Okay. So, ito, share ko sa chat. Ayan. And then, pag pumunta kayo dyan, may kita niyo yung leadership questionnaire. I will stop sharing my screen and then reshare para makita natin kung ano siya, kung nasan siya. Okay, so ito siya. Ang purpose niya is to just identify how you view leadership. May byboxing views of leadership. As I mentioned earlier, multifaceted siya. And to explore your perception about different aspects of leadership. Yan. Magano lang siya, parang strongly agree, strongly disagree, strongly agree. Tapos may mga scoring points dyan. Tapos may scoring interpretation on how you view leadership. Yeah. So it's just like an exercise for yourself, no? Just to be more self-aware kung paano niyo biniview yung leadership exercise. Well, we'll move to the more technical side. Mag-share ako ng iba't ibang leadership approaches, gagamit mga cases. So, yun. Um, I'll see you again later, 7:45. Let's just have a quick break and we'll continue. All right.